What are we talking about? Oh my God, what are we talking about today? Hi guys, it's Terry.
It's Diana.
And we are from For the Stitch Your Soul. Welcome to our weekly live. It is Wednesday, April 10th. And Wednesday, April 10th.
No, yes, the 10th.
Yes, it is the 10th, all day. And we missed our buddy last week. We missed our buddy. It was very boring. Very, very boring.
Are you saying
I'm
colorful?
Yes, you are colorful. It's not as much fun. What you need to understand is we're talking to a computer screen. And when I was doing it alone, it's difficult to talk to a computer screen and not have feedback. I mean, I get feedback from folks in the comment section, but it's different when you have someone sitting next to you.
I can talk to anything. I can talk to the door. I have no problems talking.
And you feed off each other,
None whatsoever.
So last week it was like, So anyhow, welcome.
So
welcome.
I bring up the rear.
Yeah, I guess we could say that. Yep.
Okay.
So anyhow, do we have Fabric of the Month to show?
Yes, we do. And I forgot to grab it.
Is there some right next to you?
Yeah.
So we'll do that in a minute. So let's see who's here. Mary Ellen's here. Good morning, Mary Ellen. And there's Mickey. Good morning. And Paula. Hello, Sarah. Nice of you guys to join me. We've got 11 people viewing us, so we're very happy. And we're getting closer. We're getting closer to 200. And we've had new customers coming in. We are so happy. We've met some really great people within the last few weeks. It's like spring came and people are coming out, and we're so happy. Hello, Vince. Good morning. Good morning, Vince. So we are just, and we're changing things up in the store.
I know. I walk around. I went to go get my coffee before we started it, and I'm walking up front, and I'm like, where's the, geez. And then I got to walk to the other end of this. I just wander
because we moved the coffee back into,
the old
office, which has a counter and a sink. It's like a kitchen. So, and where does the coffee pot belong? In the kitchen.
Well, unless you're you, it's right chained next to you.
Yeah, well, that's true. You know, I don't. No coffee, no worky.
Can I just say?
You know what? I need to cross stitch that.
Yes. The funny thing is, the whole time that we're together, this is what I wind up doing. Here's your coffee. Here's your coffee.
Because I put it down and I get
and she likes cold coffee.
When I say I have attention deficit disorder that was not diagnosed as a child, I am not kidding. She will confirm. You know, look, a chicken or squirrel. I get easily sidetracked. Which I guess is I've just learned to compensate over the years. So, the decades. So it's like my brain works that way, and I figured out a way to make it work for me. But in my travels, I lose my coffee, and she gives me coffee.
I walk around. Here's your coffee. Here's your coffee. I don't know that's what I should stitch. Here's your coffee. Yes, I should.
Guess what I got?
The sign up on the top part of the wall or behind us back here.
Oh yeah.
Here, where's
your
Terry's coffee?
Where's your coffee? I got the metal. I ordered them online. They came the other day. The metal coffee cups.
Oh,
the metal coffee cups. New York Dreamer. One of her finishes is really great. It's what was that?
I don't know what fell.
I don't either. Oh well. It couldn't have been important. But So anyhow, New York
the
Jean
eraser, the
does
eraser top.
does a finish using a metal coffee cup.
Yep.
And I went to Hobby Lobby and I was searching for them because I wanted to do. Somebody gifted me
A coffee sign.
a coffee sign, a cross stitch coffee sign, because she knows she's a regular. She knows I love my coffee. So she stitched it up for me and I wanted to finish it and I wanted to put it on that metal thing. Well, I couldn't find, I went to Hobby Lobby, couldn't find it. So I went online and I started searching. I don't know if it's the exact same one, but I got one. So
good.
I can get that finished.
Good.
Hello, Kathy Whitman. Glad you could join us. Mary Ellen, part of your 10,000 steps
today.
I don't count steps. You'd think the way I move, you would think I would be thin, but I like my food. Yeah, the number of steps I do in a day, I should be this big, but I'm not. So, okay, let's move on. So,
we have an agenda.
We have an agenda.
Yes.
Okay, so go.
We have our agenda today this is video. We're going to say the video number 72. The WIPCO number for
this month is 24.
Good. So far, go ahead, take a sip of coffee. Every right answer, she could take a sip of coffee. Okay.
I won't have enough coffee to get through.
Boy, pretty sure of yourself on that one, aren't you? You and Vince. Oh, I have to tell you a funny story. I have to tell you a really funny story. This morning, Vince and I were sitting down and we were talking. We were discussing. We usually try to do once or twice a day. She says, pretty.
Ooh, pretty.
or so coming home with me.
So coming home
with me.
Yep.
Well, anyhow, Vince, Saturday, I was here at the shop and Vince took our two grandsons to see Godzilla.
Yeah.
He took them out to lunch the whole night.
Oh, yeah. He wanted you to go.
Yes.
He said no.
Godzilla. I was like, please,
No.
please. Unless there's shopping in it, and if I catch him destroying a cross-stitch store or a candy store, then I'm out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Out of there. Well, anyhow, they were in the car and they were talking, and Vince said, one of the boys had said to Grandpa, "Why do you say that girl's pretty?" He goes to me, "You've been married to Grandma for a long time. Why do you still say different ladies are pretty like that?" And I looked at him and I knew what he meant. Why Vince goes, "Oh, isn't he?" Vince is like that with everybody. He's just,
he appreciates beauty.
Yes. And he'll just say, "Oh, isn't she cute?" Like that, meaning whatever she did, it could be cute, or she did something really nice. And he'll say, "Wow, that was really." So, but they took it as he was literally looking at somebody else. Like that. And I looked at him and I said, "And did you answer him?" He goes, "No, I just said, Grandma is cute too." Like,
oh, wow.
She thanks. So yesterday, we picked them up, both boys up yesterday. Well, my one grandson left he does his earbuds in his ear. Well, he left them. And when I was in the car yesterday, or Monday, I found them. So I put them in by the console, right? And he opens the door and I look at him, and I instantly, when he opened the door, I knew what he was doing. And I go, "No, get in the car." I said, "I already got your," and then I showed him. He goes to me, puts his arm around me, and he goes to me, "You're the best." Like that.
He goes, know how to get us.
He goes to me, and then we're in the car, and he goes to me, "You're really cute." And I go, "Oh my God, you've been hanging around with your grandfather too long. We gotta change that."
They just know how to wrap us around their little fingers.
And let me just tell you, between my son, my daughter, and the three boys, that chain around Vince's neck is so tight from wrapping that I don't know how that man functions. Well,
yeah. All right. So what's next on the agenda?
Okay. What's new in the shop?
What's new in the shop? Okay, here we go.
What's new in the shop? Fabric of the month.
It's called Golden Harvest. Ooh, I have to print barcodes for these suckers.
Yep.
Okay, so this happens to be the Lugana, but that's the color. It's a beautiful. It's not dark. It's like a medium, and it's like a medium butter color.
Actually, it's not gold because you think
No, it's more buttery.
yeah, harvest, golden harvest.
Golden
But
Harvest. It's more
I
buttery.
just think a bright, colorful sampler, wouldn't that look gorgeous on this? Really would. And
Even a red sampler would look
Yes.
nice on that.
Yep.
Yep.
But I have one that I picked up at market last year, which we have. That's what I'm gonna most likely do mine on, which I thought would be, and it just so happens to be it's a red house with greens in it,
that
for
would
trees and stuff.
stand
And
out.
that the minute I saw
That
this is
almost
what I thought.
looks like it's a very pretty sunshiny color.
Yep. Gorgeous sampler color. And
No, they're not for sale. They're for me to finish. Sorry, Mary Ellen.
second is the bag of the month. Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, what says spring than this? I mean, I don't know if you could see, but look at the breads in this, the golds in it, the blue.
Deb Walker does our bags for us, our project bags of the month, and she does such a phenomenal job of choosing fabrics and
Pretty zipper.
putting the bags together. They're a beautiful, beautiful finish. And they're so well made. We love having her do them. She does such a good job.
And I should have probably taken it out, but that's the pattern that when you buy the bag, this is the pattern that you get in it.
Project Bag of the Month features an exclusive pattern from Sister Lou Stitches, also known as Sarah Wilbur. And
she gives you, did you notice? She gives you, when you get,
she gives you a history
of the pattern
of the animal.
Yep. So I've been stitching them, and it looks just like you would take a picture, the old-fashioned, the negative with the bar on the side. I have to say, I've been stitching them. The parrot so far is still my favorite because I love all the color.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta say, I love Sarah's animals.
She does
Yeah.
Designers have their niche where they excel at something, and Sarah just does a wonderful job with animals. Yep. This series she's doing for us is a takeoff of
Traveling
her mouse series.
Yep.
And she's got, what's his name? Patty and
Charlie.
Patty and Charlie are taking a trip, and the first month we showed was their passports. The second month was we mixed them up.
Right. The third one was the parrot. The second one,
but every month is a different one, and she gives kangaroo. Yep. And every month she gives us a new animal that Patty and Charlie get to see on their trip.
Which the passport is done, the parrot is done, and I'm working on the kangaroo now. I just kitted up the camel in my kit. I pre-do. There's certain things that I do, and they're a nice, easy stitch.
Kathy, are you talking about the fabric of the month?
Yes.
Now it is available by the month and by subscription. If you want just by the month, you would look for the product listed by the month, and you can go in. We carry 8 of 14 through 20, and then Lugana 28, 32,
and 32,
and then linen
32
and 36. So that's what we got available, okay?
And we do have some left.
There are
They just came out.
They
So,
just came
yeah.
out, so there's a few left.
Yep.
We fill our subscriptions first, and then what's left gets put out for fabric, purchase.
Like once a week, what we do is the beginning of the month, not the beginning, the end of the month, we pull everything off the computer. So depending on where you fall in the automatic, the subscribers pull up, because we have some subscribers, and depending on when you pay in that month is when I mail out so I have a batch that went out last Wednesday, and I have a batch that are most likely going to go out today in the mail.
Yep. Kathy's coming tonight.
I haven't.
You need to come once in a while on Wednesday.
I know.
We have so much fun on Wednesdays.
I know. I keep saying that, but the problem. Actually, the wintertime, I just don't like driving.
Yeah.
The dark outside.
A lot of people don't like driving.
But now that the sun is coming up, it's staying up later.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm gonna try and maybe once a month or whatever. It's just that Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my days with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they're up in age, and I know they're going to want to be with their friends. So my time is kind of limited.
Yeah, we're learning that too as the kids get older and get into more extracurricular activities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to see my little cherubmatics as much anymore.
And you hate to say, no, we want to spend time with you, because you want them to have their friends.
Sure.
And both my grandsons are very social, and they very sports orientated. So they like to be busy all the time.
Yeah, that's Maddox.
And I'm old, and I can't keep up.
He likes us to, when he is over, hey, Nana, come play trains with me, or come fly a kite with me, or come do this with me.
Yeah. Throw the football, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so Whip Go, I said, was number 24. For me, this is my number 24. This is Snow Friends by Amy Brecken.
Right.
This was a series she did a couple years ago. And of course, those of you who know me know I'm a snowman collector. So of course I have to do this one. And I had started it. I did this one, and I did these words. And then I picked it back up a much while later, and I did the Christmas one. So that one's done. And now I'm working on this one. There's a close-up of him. My November snowman. I didn't get anything to stitch on him last week because of all the changes we're making here at the store. I was kind of busy and didn't get a chance. But that's where I'm at.
Nice
you can
job.
see there's that one. She's finished, the watermelon baby. And then Christmas is done. And now I'm working on November. So the next one I will do will be the October one, which will go right here. And the October one, I think, has pumpkins on it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
No.
A pumpkin and a cat. Now, I can order these. I can order the set of these directly from Amy. So if you are interested in stitching this, just let me know and I can get it from Amy. I had them and I sold out of most of them. I think I have a couple here or there.
That's a cute series.
It is. It's really cute. She does some really, really cute series. One year it was Santa Clauses, I think.
Ooh.
I've got a poster up in the fabric room of 3 of the series that she still has available. So I can get those for you if you want to stitch those along. Let me see. So that's number 24. Good morning, Patty. Glad you could join us today. What's next?
Okay. Actually,
I'm letting her carry the ball since I did it last week. I'm very bad.
Multiple.
Oh, wait till you see what she did.
I have
I'm sorry, I'm bending down.
We'll forgive you.
At least nothing's showing.
No plumber's butt?
No plumber's butt. No. I did last year. I did
Yeah, I got to order.
at Market.
I got to get that. I'm submitting the Hoffman order today, so
Yes.
we'll be getting this back in.
Oh, that's how I keep track of
Yep.
what I do. I bought this series and I did this. That was the first
Heart in Hand floral etchings.
Etching.
This was last year's release.
Yep. And if you remember, I finished the series. I did this one first.
Here, I'll be Vanna for you.
Okay. And that's a quick stitch. And I stitched this on 6 count. And let me tell you, it was like falling into a hole. I did this one. I
She
just
did her own
finished it.
finishing.
Yes, I did.
Usually she hands them off to me.
Yes.
But she
this
did
isn't
her
easy.
own. These are sweet.
And then I did this one. So I finished all 3 of them. Which there's not a lot of threads. And I
Wouldn't those look pretty on your couch?
Yep. And when I showed
I gotta order some size 6.
Yes. And look, satin. Yeah.
Velvet would be pretty too.
I know.
Velvet would be very pretty.
This one, you'll notice on the stand-up Prairie Schooler, this is the material that we backed it with. I started out with this one, but I didn't have any left.
Oh, really?
So I went looking and I found this, which matches.
Very pretty. Yeah.
Which is Vince's, this one. Because I said
That's
to him, what do you
Vince's
think?
favorite?
This one is Vince's favorite. This one, I did a tad bit different. And I didn't fill them because I didn't want them. They're decoration. They're not pillows per se. This one I did in variegated and I kind of fussy cutted it.
Mm-hmm.
So
because it's lighter on the outside, darker on the inside. Very pretty. Good job.
What I did.
Nice job on your finishing too, girl.
What I did was this served as 2 things. Two purposes. One, because technically this is last year's.
Mm-hmm.
So what I wanted to do a new series, what's old is now new type thing. Relook at it. Basically, it's an older one that you can still get, but hey, look at it. Isn't it cute? Isn't it pretty? It's really simple. It's last year's version. So
this year,
Market, this year, I got the second one.
This is Floral Etchings 2.
Which some of the ladies are doing. And it was a pretty popular
And I think
pattern.
we have to order some more of this. I think we're out of this one too. So we're going to be ordering a couple more of those.
The nice thing is the greens
are
still the
same greens.
Same greens. This is a new color and these are new colors. And instead of doing them individually, I think depending on how, I'm not going to stitch them on 6 count again.
No.
I'm going to do all 3 together. And if it's not big enough, I probably will do it on 14 because I want it a big pillow type thing.
Approximate design size is 6.7 by 3.6. So it's not that big.
No, it's not. So what I think I'm going to do is, because I want this pillow, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one and this one together.
I was going to say, how cute would it be to make a little garden?
Yep. Go straight across.
Do it on a 20 count.
I didn't even think to do
it on a 20 count and have a cute little garden. We can frame it.
That's a really good idea. But that's what I'm going to do. So this is one of my next, definitely going to get done this year. Patterns. But like I said, this one last year's, and what I did was, and you could still get it, So it's kind of like
Yeah,
take a
I'm going to be
second look.
ordering it with the Hoffman's order today.
Right.
So.
And then this is the new version, which I know one of the ladies that comes on, I think she's going to start coming on Wednesday too. She's doing it, and she started it with this one, and oh my God, it's her stitching is beautiful. And she was doing this one, and it's my favorite flower. I don't know what it is, probably because it's so unique, but take a second look at this one and then do this.
See you later, Kath. Sorry I missed you.
And then because I didn't have enough. Oh, and I use just an index card. Any changes that I do, I just write on here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just stick.
Where's
what?
Where's the yeah. Yeah, I use this.
Well, you know,
and this is part of my secret project, so you'll learn more about this later, but this is what I use. It has my project name, who the designer is, what fabric I use, when I started it, when I finished it, what threads I used. Notes is where I make changes. Then if I want, I can put a photo here, or I can use this for notes. It's a great record of what I worked on.
I put the index cards in because I file my my patterns. I have a bin, an alphabetical bin, and then I just stick the index cards in the document protector. And but I will also do this. I usually do write it in a book form, so just so I know where it is and what I've done. I bought last week. I bought the punch needle. No.
Yeah.
Punch needle. The
and primitive stitches.
Primitive stitches. It's not a good copy, but I did because I lifted the photocopy lid up too soon. But you'll notice
he's so fat.
What I showed, and I just opened the book.
And it was like the first thing she goes, "Oh my God, I love him."
So I did. So what I did was, let me just tell you, I finished him. I finished him on this one took me forever to do. I don't know why it took me so long to do.
Cute. What are you gonna do with them?
You know what I think I'm gonna do with them? I think I'm gonna make them a needle book.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah,
the cover of a needle book. Yep.
But what I did was the colors. I didn't use the colors. I used some of the colors, and I used the colors. Thank you, as a guide when I did it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did was, because I did it.
This is called Spring Fling, and I think we have one book left.
Yep. What I did was I used her colors as a guide.
This is Happy Cat Stitcheries pattern. Lisa Berberet is the designer.
I used her colors as a guideline, but I pulled my own colors. You know what I mean? I did like the variegated. I pulled the Sullivan's variegation. And then I just kind of fussy cutted it a little bit. The same thing with the peachy, because to me, flowers aren't a solid. Flowers are multiple colors.
Mary Ellen, you're so cute. We love our friends.
Sitting in the color.
We love our friends. Vince wrote, what did he write?
You have a good.
Your pillows look very nice on our yellow couch in the TV room. Springtime colors. Excellent. Thank you, Vince.
God, he's sucking up for some reason.
He's such a good guy.
Okay. I wanted to do, because I don't have a lot of patriotic, So I wanted
Well,
to
you're
do.
a busy girl.
I finished him,
Oh, he's cute.
isn't he?
George Washington. Yeah.
And I can't show you the pattern because the pattern is the picture. And I don't. And Martha.
That's got to be Martha.
That's Martha. And that dress is a bear. I ran out of thread, so I just kept
So,
going.
what are you going to do with it?
I haven't decided yet. I changed colors. That was this color brown. And I kind of didn't want that brown for here.
Mm-hmm.
So I made it look like
corn.
Yeah. Which I thought was fitting
Yeah.
for George Washington.
Yeah.
Which it gave it a little oomph. I changed the color because the color of the hair was the brown also.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I look at George Washington,
He
it's
has
always white hair.
Well, they used to wear those wigs.
Oh, okay. So what I did
was...
he
probably had brown hair, but they ran around wearing white wigs back then.
Well, that's
Don't
exactly
know why. They just did.
What I
Probably because they never washed their hair. Well, think about it.
Good point. So I changed his hair to white, and you can't see it, but his hat's got like a
band on it.
Yeah. And it's blue, but it didn't show, and I wasn't going to take it out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This border here, I got to think about doing around the edge, but
you could do another backstitch border on.
That's what I was going to do.
Outside, just
that's what I'm going to do. That's pretty
cute.
Much what I thought. But again, it's done.
Of course, you got more time than I do. I need to get rid of the day job.
But see, the nice thing is, it's a simple stitch.
Mm-hmm.
I just pretty much what I did was
did the outline and then you just filled it in.
Yeah, which is nice because it's mindless stitching. Mm-hmm. And I can watch the baseball game or whatever with it. So, and then my scissors of choice.
Oh yes, I got a little pair too. Aren't they great? They're little tinies,
which are nice.
Little tinies. They're Sullivan's.
Yes.
Do we have any left, or are we sold out?
No, we still have. But I have fat fingers. And
yeah, me too.
My fingers fit in beautifully in these, so I really like these. Plus, I got to get.
I love the
little thing to put over the point.
Yep.
But I do. I like these, and I have some. I have a lot of them. Those are my scissor of choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to get new covers for them. But my other ones have covers because they kind of.
Do you use scissor fobs?
No, I don't.
Why?
I don't know why. Probably because I don't like anything hanging. You know what I mean? Especially when I do.
You don't?
No, I don't like you know the Jeanette Douglas spools
mm-hmm.
that we brought back from market?
Yeah.
I have one of those spools with the hole in it, and I had to bring a cork in for here.
Yeah.
So what I did was I had another cork, and I cut it small, and then I put it in the bottom so it didn't hurt my needle.
Mm-hmm.
And I use that all the time. So I need to move my butt and stitch the band that goes around.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got my other stuff already planned.
You know what? That's something we should look at doing. Cross stitch planning.
Yes.
Planning cross stitch.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we could do. Have a plan. Let's have a planning party.
Yes. We should. I do.
I think that would be fun.
Because I do, for the sole reason is I can do it with color sometimes, but for me to plan, I go in all different directions on what I like, and I'll see something and I'll like, oh, I really want to do that. And you're going to laugh at me. I have 12 unfinished projects that are making me crazy. So I plan out. I have to plan out my time just because I like to stitch at night, and I don't like to stitch one and then go to something else. And mainly because I do a range of count. Mm-hmm. So I'll go from 6 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes my eyes, because I like to stitch at night,
Mm-hmm.
my eyes can't adjust that well anymore. So when I feel like I'm falling through,
Stinks getting old.
tell me about it. Tell me about it. But
what is the alternative?
Yeah, that's true. So I do plans. I make plans. I have a planner that I use, and I'm meticulous with my planners. I like everything in one spot, and
I had several planners, and I'm starting to streamline everything into one planner so that I have my whole life in a planner.
It's
so
easier.
I know, because then I can, when I'm looking at certain things, I don't have to, I have to check the other planner. I'm trying to pull it all into one planner.
I do. For me, it's easier to do it. And what I do is in my plan, I like everything central for me. I don't, like you said, I don't want to go here, there, all over the place. Because Vince, sometimes I'll sit down and Vince will say, like Sunday night, when football or baseball isn't on, he'll say to me, what do we have to get done this week? And then I'll get up and I'll have to go get my little planner, because we have this appointment we have to do whatever. I want it all in one place.
Welcome to the crowd, Paula. She says, I try to plan, then I have a scroll moment, and here's a pretty pattern I need to stitch.
Tell me about it. And I can't, because then what happens is it's 13.
Here's an idea. If we do a planning party and then we're accountable to each other to kind of stick to the plan.
Yep. But I did. That's one of the things I did do this week. I'd like to say I cleaned my craft room, but I didn't do it.
I need to ditch the day job, because the day job is really
cramping your style.
Well, it's cramping my style, but it's taking all my time now.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's starting to ramp up again, and it's like it takes all my time to stay up to, get everything done that I have to get done, because healthcare is not something that you can really
stop and start
half-ass, excuse my French.
But do you have any plans? That was the next thing on the list. Plans.
Plans. Well, right now, I'm working on shop models. I'm working on name trees. And I showed you the one that I did last week for my daughter's family. And now I'm working on one for one of my granddaughters. So I want to get that finished. So, and then we kind of had to expand, because we got more and more people coming on Wednesdays, which is wonderful. We're so thrilled, but we need more space. So we have the space next door where we normally have the retreat. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the stitching area into the retreat section. We'll still have the retreats there.
Yeah.
The space is still there. It's going to be dedicated to, having tables for stitching. So with that expansion, I have to do some work next door. So my plans include getting that all cleaned up and finished, so that that is all ready for
which will be
our retreat in July, our birthday retreat, which we do the third weekend in July. And it's really going to be nice, because we'll have plenty of room for, as many people who want to come stitching. And what we're hoping is we're working towards doing more full-time. I'm also getting more business finishing. I didn't grab it. It's in the other office, but I will post a picture. Been doing more finishing. I just did a piece for one of our regulars. It's Jane Austen piece, and I left it in the other room. I wanted to show it this morning, but I'll post a picture on the Facebook page so you can see it. Karen Mercado did a beautiful job, and she agreed to let me, share it. So she stitched it, and I finished it and framed it, and it's just a stunning piece. Plus I have some other finishing work that's come in, so things are starting to pick up as far as word getting out that we're here. So we're hoping that I'll be able to ditch the day job and spend more time doing this other stuff here. So that we're working on that. That's our plan. That's part of my plans anyway, which entails, updating business plans and doing all the administrative stuff. So I have to do that stuff too.
Yep.
So stitching wise, I want to get more stitching time in. I usually dedicate Wednesday evenings to doing some kind of a stitch. So tonight I'll be working on, because I haven't done any work on my Whip Go this month yet, I'll be dedicating my time to working on my Snowy Friends. So I'll work on that tonight during Open Stitch.
I'm easy. Not really.
I'm not either.
Larry
will tell you that too.
I was just going to say.
Larry will tell you that too.
I can see now Vince is probably yelling at the TV.
Yeah.
Here's Diane. Here's the rest of the world, as he likes to say. But what I did was...
Paula wrote, it's worth a try. The rest of my life is planned out. I know. Isn't it awful that we have to live our life by a plan in order to do everything we have to do?
The floral etchings I want to get done, but because I got the old 3 done, so that freed up one of my whips. So that one's done. Okay. Because I do my Whipco just a little bit different. I do a week with new, the beginning of the month new, the second week of the month on an old project, and then the third week is a new, and then the last one is an old one. So the floral etchings one was an old one because I had it I had the pink flower halfway done. I had the green stem up to the up to the flower part of it. So I finished that, and it was an easy stitch.
Yeah.
So I finished it. The only hard thing is when you do the 6, you have to use all of the Sullivans.
Did you think about trying maybe pearl cotton?
I did after I finished, and it never occurred to me. I just pulled the Sullivans. I used but what I did do was I used the wax.
Oh yeah.
I use the wax when I usually just use the wax when I do white, because I have trouble with white. But because there was 6 strands in it, and I wanted it to lay right, and they do, all of them lay perfect, but I used the little tins that we have here.
Yeah,
the beeswax.
Beeswax Bliss.
Right.
By Noteworthy Needle.
Right. And what I did was, and I every time somebody buys it, I always say to them, when you open your tin, slide it open, use one side for your pigment, like the red
dark pigment. Yep.
And then
the other side for
your lighter ones. So I'm religious about that. And when I have this really pretty leaf, and I do it, one side is I use it for I call it the red side, and the other side is the white side. That's how I always, because it's the waxers like,
they're about that long.
Yep.
They're about 2 inches, 2.5 inches long by about 1 inch wide, and beautiful beeswax that it just conditions your thread so nice, and they will lay nice for you.
And I did it with the 6 because I wanted it, because the 6 count.
And those of you who are into historically accurate, before the creation of the other thread conditioner that was on the market, I can't think of the name of it.
I don't.
Thread Magic or something like that.
Yeah.
Beeswax has been used since before this
Really?
before the Revolutionary War. That's what they used to condition and strengthen the thread.
The reason I like the beeswax and I like that one so much, it doesn't leave a kind of, it's a cleaner, especially with when you use white. I use religiously, I use it for, and I have one just that I keep with in my bag when I'm doing white. Just one. I have multiple bags, so I have my scissors, I have these little tubes that screw on, and they have my needles in. Well, I can't take them out because I forget what count they are. So I got to sit and figure out, and I can't be bothered. So I usually just put a little cylinder in each one of the bags.
Okay.
And then they have a very different sizes and whatever. The only thing I'm religious, and the minute I finish it is the beading needle that I use. And my beading needles have a container all to themselves. Nothing, they stay in. It's a tin that I use, and as soon as I'm done with them,
I have a needle wallet for some of mine.
They go in, so I always know where my beading. And when I finish, because you need a needle with a pointy edge,
sharp,
right? They have their own tins that I use, and I just rubber band the two tins together. And I have a tray next to my stitching chair. They go right in there. I'm meticulous with them because for me, the more I stitch, the more I like, I've chosen the needles that I like to use. So when I do 20 count, I like the Sullivan's, the gold petites. I like a small needle when I do a high count. When I do like a 14 count, I like the Sullivans with the balls.
Oh, I love the new Sullivan balls.
Yes.
Ball tip needles.
Yes.
They're expensive. You only get 2 in a package.
So worth it.
Yeah, they are.
And I'm really good about my Sullivans. It's easy because they're gold.
20, 26, and 28 count, I think, is how they come.
Yeah. And I like, so I have one in each. So when I'm done with them, they come in a nice, they're not in the paper thing.
No, they're in a plastic container.
And they go, when I'm done with the project, they go right back into the plastic container, which is really, really nice. And I like using them. But I like using them because it's a longer needle. And I have a tendency to, on the higher count, go right down to the just little bit. I forget what they call that. So the smaller petite needles.
The ort?
Yeah. I don't. Like some people will go like here and then they'll just throw it away. I don't. I figured I
get frustrated because my needle keeps getting unthreaded. So I get to a point where it's like, it's not worth it to frustrate myself.
Exactly. But that's why I use the petite needle.
Yeah, because you can get
more out of it.
You get more out of it.
Yeah, I'm cheap.
Because the other thing, I'm not cheap. I don't want to have to start another thread. I want it, especially when you only got 1 or 2 stitches left. You don't want to start a whole new
thread,
thing of thread just for 2 stitches. So you try and play chicken with your stitch with your needle.
And I do it all the time. I do it all the time. But my project, which is again, it could be take a second look at type thing. I am gonna do. I've been dying.
Plans.
Yes, plans. This one, I am gonna do her.
Oh, kitty cat! She's so cute.
Isn't she gorgeous? I love her.
Look what Stacy did. Stacy made her a needle holder. She put a little pocket on the back side so she could tuck her needle or her scissors in there. Isn't that cute?
And I dug through the scrap bin.
Yeah.
And I am going to do her. Isn't that perfect?
Will she fit on that?
Yep.
Wow.
I measured. She's going to have to be stitched this way.
This is like one of the last pieces we have of this. This is called Harvest Blessing, I think.
Yeah.
And it's an overdye.
But the colors.
Oh yeah, look
Look
at that.
Won't they look gorgeous on that?
Oh yeah.
So those
Very
are my
nice.
colors.
Can't wait to
And
see you get it done.
I didn't change out the colors. She did it all in weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I changed out was the white and the black. And I just went Sullivan's because it's not a lot of white in it. And I figure white is white.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. And then once I finish her, she's going to be a little, because she's a little,
Is that Clementine?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She's here, I think. Here.
Stacy does a whole set of these. They're called animal crackers. And I think
We've quite a few of them.
we have had
that's where I
all
got
of
her.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I
We
got
have-
her.
We have had all of them. She did Bobbin this year. It was the little
Yes.
mousy. I
Yeah.
love Bobbin. I want to do Bobbin.
But this one is an older one. So this one, it's a second look at something that was very
Mary
popular
Ellen, I
at
think you already
market.
bought this.
Yes, you did, Mary Ellen. So no, you can't buy it again. And then once Clementine is done, I want to do him. And he looks to be an easy stitch. And there's only 3.
He's cute.
I think there's only 3 different threads. And
Oh,
but he's all.
This is a girl.
Oh.
Primrose.
She's but she's all fill-in, which is gonna be.
Yeah, that'll be an easy one to do.
Exactly. So
Yep.
I thought, and he's going to go on this, and he's not that big. So he's going to go on Vintage Country Mocha, 16 count.
Black and white.
Yeah.
Well,
is
is it black and white?
I think it's.
She stitched it on Weeks Havana.
Right.
And then she used a piece of hand-dyed velvet for the back.
Yeah, which I have something.
Parchment, charcoal, and sand.
Yep. I have the 3.
So parchment, charcoal, and sand. That's going to be pretty.
That is. And then last but not least, I want to do
the snail.
This one, I have my working copy in here because when I was making the working copies for floral etching too, which I always work from.
That's
I never
P-Roy.
used it. Sure, I don't use the
Never
original
heard of that,
pattern. I use
P-Roy.
a working copy. So I forgot to pull the original, which
Never heard that name before.
No, neither have I.
P-Roy.
But I just think he's so cute. Look at the bow tie. You can't. It's not a good copy, but he's got a little bow tie, which I think is adorable. And look,
Oh yeah, there's a little
like a scissor
pin
fob.
disc. It's called a pin disc.
But which one? Oh, you can't see it. This one, which she has, and you get the pattern for the strawberry.
Oh, how cute!
The little strawberry.
Yep.
You get the pattern to do the strawberry in this pattern, which was a big selling point for me because I love that size strawberry.
Yeah, that's cute. It's probably only about this big.
Yep.
It's tiny.
Yep. But I figured I could find red polka dotted material, and rather than stitch it, I can just get a piece of polka dotted material and finish
See,
it.
we have 2 regulars, Mary Ellen and Darlene, that if it's a cat pattern, we just order it because we know they want it.
But you could see how long I've had this pattern because I have, instead of using my planner, I have an index card. So,
That's good.
Which second reason I use the index cards when I do these is I kit my stuff up in advance so I know what I have. The index card tells me what fabric or what that I need, either fabric.
So you just take the index card into the store?
Basically, that's what I do with it.
I use mine to keep track of what I use the one in my planner, and I write down what I've got. And then what I do is, as I'm working on, I plan out my projects, what I want to do it on,
Yep.
and then I make a list on a piece of paper or a card and take that to the store so I know what I need.
I do, because I do it in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So like once a month, I'll come in and on the index card, I'll just have it. But that brings me to another point. Do you use the pattern to stitch when you're stitching, or do you use a working copy?
I always use a working copy.
Okay. See, I do
because
too.
if I do it, I use a working copy only because if I make a mistake, I haven't, because I also like to highlight where I've been so that I can keep track and not lose my place. So if you do that on the original pattern, you can't go back, and if you make a mistake, you can't go back and start over
Now,
because you've already got it all
do you
colored up. That's why I use the working copy.
Do you keep your working copies?
No.
You throw them away?
I throw them away when I'm done with them.
See, I don't. You know why? I in fact, when you showed, you could see the working copies that I have in the floral etching.
Yeah.
I don't use a highlighter when I but I do put a line. I use a pencil, and sometimes what I do is if I've made a mistake, I can erase it and then refigure out where I went wrong. So I just got in the habit of doing it in pencil.
That's a good plan.
And then what I do is I staple the index card to the working copy, which tells me, and
so
I
if
write
you want to
on
reproduce it,
yes. I keep, like, if I have like when I did the bunny, when I did the longest piece of the bunny, that the chubby bunny was 44. I had to count 44, and halfway through it, it was like, oh, what was that number again?
Paula started working and using copy and writes notes on it.
I do, because I'll put my changes on it, because maybe the next time I do it, I won't want to do the changes. I want to do it
right
from. So I keep mine. But what I do, so I don't get confused, because sometimes a lot, like Stacy Nash gives you a paper, a nice one. Some of them give you a nice like a colored copy inside of it for the pattern. What I do is two reasons. One, like on those, you got to stitch it, like, because you can make it because you want to contour it type thing. I don't want to lose the template. So that's one of the reasons why I do it. But I always write copy on all of mine. So someday when somebody comes in, like with my blackbirds, I'm very meticulous with them. And some of them are up there in price. So, who knows, in 10, 20 years, they may stop reprinting them or printing them. I don't want somebody that doesn't know to sell it and then say, oh, here it is, and then have them because they don't know if it's done in a black and white. So I'm very meticulous about writing copy on the top of it.
And it's only working copy.
Yes.
We're really big into not violating copyright.
Yes.
Because the designers work very hard to come up with the designs, and they deserve to make money off of their designs. So we're very, very careful about, not making, we make only a working copy and that's the end of it.
But you know how I am with a book. I can't bear to break the spine on a book.
Right.
I feel the same way about my patterns. I love my patterns, and I will buy only what I like. So I want them pristine, and I take care of my like when I buy a pattern, they automatically, if they're not in piece of plastic, like my blackbirds will go into a document protector, just because I can fit them in. I don't have to worry about the corners rolling up or whatever. And I have
binders.
Comic book. No, I don't put them in a binder. I put them in. I have a a metal bin and they're in alphabetical order,
Mhm.
but like my blackbirds are in a bin all by themselves.
Mhm.
And then they're in by series.
Mhm.
So I'm always looking because blackbirds, I'm
Well,
always looking
especially-
for the older ones.
Yeah, especially now that Barb has passed away.
Exactly.
You know, they may do more. I know at the point Hoffman's is distributing now.
Right.
So they are doing the distributing. So
especially my prairie schoolers,
Mhm. Mhm.
the Santa Clauses,
Mhm.
those I make working copies because I'm doing a pillow for me with my son, my daughter, the three boys. They all chose the Santa Claus's coat a different color than the called for colors. They didn't want the red. They wanted specific colors.
Mhm.
So what I did was the working copy, I wrote on it who wanted what.
Mhm.
And then Vince changed his.
Vince the son or Vince the father?
Vince the father
Okay.
changed his because I was going through my
Every other person in her house is named Vince,
Vince,
so you
yes.
have to be specific.
which is funny because literally when you do it, it's the, and then like in our case, it's my husband and then me. So it's B, D, then my son. Which is
Oh,
B
that's
again,
not good.
Erica,
V V E.
V again for
V.
Vincy, and then J for Jackson. And then I have Tracy and Tyler. So it's TTT, Tracy, Tyler. So we every step of the way, it's a V and then another initial, then it's a V and then another initial on it. So
like I said, every other person in her family.
But what I did was, I don't know how he missed it, but there is a prairie schooler with clocks on it.
Is there really?
There is, and I didn't catch it when I was going through.
Oh, we'll have to order it.
It's an older one.
I'll see if I can find it.
I'll have to pull up the one.
Because I think Hoffman's, I think you can get them back to the 80s. And if
paper.
not, then what I'll
paper.
do is I'll order, I'll email Prairie Schooler and see if I can get the one with the clock.
But I think it's 3 clocks. And it's really cute. And I don't know how we missed it. When I had to go through because I was like, oh, I'm ready to do
I wonder
the
if he's
next
still
one.
watching.
Oh, he will. He'll watch it right to the end. He always tells me he watches it to the end.
Ew.
So
you mean he's not putzing around, vacuuming, and doing other things?
No, he doesn't do what I do.
Oh,
he doesn't do what I do. No.
Have you seen any of Artie's recent ones? I haven't had a chance to watch Artie's. The Vintage Stitcher. She's now a friend of ours, and we love to watch her videos.
She now is. She had a little bit of, and I'm not going to get into, but she had a little bit of a problem. And then what she did was now she has a Patreon.
Oh, she has Patreon?
She has Patreon. So now she decided to do one platform, which I don't blame her because that's hard.
It's hard.
So
to keep up with all the different platforms. It's pain.
Yep. So she does that. But we're Facebook friends, so I can see what different things that she's doing. But she did the one video.
Present.
She doesn't, so she hasn't been on for a while.
Oh.
But Elizabeth Ann can stitch, who's another one that we watched. We met last, but though the Vintage Stitcher. Elizabeth Ann can stitch, and 14 count Ada girl, I think was her video. If I'm not saying that right, I'm sorry. I know it's 14 count. The 14 count and Helen D. Those are, I will literally stop what I'm doing, and Vince knows. Don't ask me a question. Don't whatever. I just sit. I don't even stitch when I watch them. It's like my time, and that's what I do. I watch. I have set ones that I truly, truly like to watch, and they are my absolute favorites. Because now I'm an Ada Stitcher, pretty much Ada now. So they always have a special, you know what I mean? You always, I feel, I don't know, a little bit more loyalty, I guess.
You got a special place in your heart.
Yes, they are. Plus, can I just say, Helen D is
she's such a nice gal.
lady. So Elizabeth Ann can stitch.
Very kind people.
Yes, and
very,
we met,
very kind people.
We met. The only one I haven't
because we've met some real
is the
witches.
14 count,
and that's the nice word.
The 14 count Ada. I'm just gonna say 14 count Ada. She's the only one that I haven't met so far.
Oh.
Here's to next year.
$25 count. Oh, 14 count Ada girl. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Because she does a lot of, that's right. I forgot you, and thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yep.
14 count Ada girl. There we go.
Say, actually, next week, I hope to have kangaroo done. And I just have to, and I already know how I want to finish them.
Okay.
Because they're going to go up on the top part of the wall.
Yeah.
Because I've done them all. Like last year, I probably should do the farm animals too for a model stitch, because we have the patterns. And
well, we have all the models hanging on the tree.
Right. That's right.
We have all the models hanging on the tree.
Oh my God.
Because last year's series that she did for us was Christmas on the Farm.
Yes.
This is my favorite. Yeah. I love this guy. I'm a beagle lover at heart. Beagles and dachshunds.
I have to say, I like number 9.
The duck?
Yeah. I do.
This is number 9, the duck.
And I can't get over 8. That is number 8.
Oh, the one we thought was a llama. Yeah. This is the one that we kept thinking was a llama. It's a goat. And I should know better. I grew up on a mini farm and we had goats. But yeah, we have a few of these left. These are this is last year's ornament of the month, and we do have them. And there is a free video on YouTube here that shows you how to put them how to finish them, and they're $25. But it comes with every single thing you need, including the floss, the cardboard, everything.
Even the needle.
Everything, even the needle.
But I'm doing her bag. I love her. I do the bag of the month series, and I don't know. It's a toss up. Between
we're out of number 7. We don't have any more number 7. I'm trying to remember what number 7 was. I don't remember.
I'll have to pull and
we'll pull
I know we have. But I love to do animals, and that was one of the reasons.
First one. We love the cow. The cute cow is cute. They're all cute. As I said, Sarah does a fabulous job with animals. She really does.
So, and I like to do her animals. So like I said, I have I'm up to kangaroo. I found, I have the board, and I want to cover the board in like a globe kind of, like map material, which we found.
Yep.
We found the material. And I'm going to cover it, and then I'm just going to do little, not like a flat fold, but just a, finish, and then I'm going to put them in order on the board. And I thought that would be cute.
The Prairie Schoolers?
No, the
animals
of the Passport series.
Yeah, that would be cute.
And I thought we'd hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
And then if you could see it.
Mm-hmm. It's always nice to see the finish or see the model, because it gives you the 3D, the picture's always great, but it's better to see it in person, finished up, and to get ideas for finishing.
Every time I look at the Christmas the ornament of the month last year, the Christmas series, I always think, how cute would that be as a mobile?
Oh,
With
yes.
just not do the border,
Mhm.
but just the animal and like a round
Paper.
Yes.
On paper.
And do it as a mobile.
Yeah.
You know?
You could back it with felt.
Yep.
Get an old mobile that has the different things.
Goes around.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But every time I look at that, I think, how cute would that be? And I look at the cow, especially the cow and the pig and the dog.
The bunny.
Yep.
The dog.
Yep. The dog. But I think, how cute would that be as like a baby mobile,
Mm-hmm.
or just, you know what I mean? Just something different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes me think, when I look at that,
Mm-hmm.
as that would be an adorable finish for somebody to do.
I'll have to, in our yard sailing, of course I don't get to go yard sailing, but I do skulk around a marketplace. So if I can find an old baby mobile, that would be a good finish.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But again, a unique finish for somebody on top
what cute baby gift that would be.
How cute.
For a baby shower.
I do the big blankets, the crib blankets. I do that take me like 3 or 4 months to do. But when I was thinking, oh, I wish I had time to do those. But they don't take that long to do. You know what I mean?
No,
they're simple.
Sarah's are pretty quick stitches.
Which
I did one in an afternoon.
But even the series that she's doing now, the parrot, oh my God.
Those would be cute too.
The colors.
How cool would it be if we took the mobile and of course we're giving all our secrets away here, and next time we know, someone's going to have posted it.
But that's fine.
I'm thinking that you could use them interchangeable. Mm-hmm. Interchangeable animals, change them for the season.
Yeah. Like at Christmas time, if it's a Christmas baby, those are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's adorable. You need something to hang on. I know a lot of people leave their trees up, and then they just do like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day.
I would love to be able to do that if I could have an artificial tree. Unfortunately, I'm not able to, because my husband insists that we have to have a real tree every year, and I have to deal with the mess of a real tree. If I could get an artificial tree, I would love to leave it up all year round and just decorate it for the holiday.
But you could do one with just all animals on
it. Mm-hmm.
Something to do, something different. I always think of, to me, color and what to do with it when it's done. Because I have, in fact, I was cleaning up yesterday, Monday rather, and I put all the Easter stuff away. Mm-hmm. Got all back. And for me, it's table runners, tablecloths, the dishes, everything. I have dishes for each holiday type thing. They all get put away. So it's an event for me to put stuff away. Mm-hmm. But what I did was, I'm thinking, what do I put out in its place now? So I have this, and I got it at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or whatever, but it's a wicker basket. It's the old-fashioned iron basket. Do you remember in the old days they were that round?
Yep.
I have one. It's like maybe, God, it's a good size basket because it's a laundry one. I remember my mother used to put ironing in it. After she finished the wash, she would put the ironing in it.
My mom always used wicker. The old-fashioned wicker baskets. Those are the ones I remember. My mom had wicker baskets. We had a couple of them. They were good size, and that's what the dry laundry would go in, or the dirty laundry would go in to get taken down to the washer.
Was in the dough bowls, I took out all of my minis for like dough bowls and stuff like that. I had multiple bins all over the place. So what I did was I took the big ironing bin,
right,
and I just put them all in there. And I'm like, the thing is full. And I'm like, I got to think of other things to do with my finishes. And that's why the bunny, the chubby bunny, I put in, it's going to go in as
no, that honey, that ain't chubby. That dang fat. That's dang fat.
He's going to be a pin keep. Is that what you called it?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be, because I want to do something
or
different.
a needle. I thought you said a needle book.
A needle. No, it's. I wanted to do with the two-sided.
Yeah, that's a needle book.
Oh, that's a needle book.
Yeah.
I want to do it that way to finish something different with it. And then
I'll show you how to do it.
Oh, okay. But hey, that's class. It was a simple finish. It was just the bunny was just a little tedious because it's solid, dense filling. But other than that, it was easy. Well, hey, you learned something today because now you got an idea. Maybe you've got an upcoming
couple ideas for
shower.
Finishing.
Yeah.
All right, guys and gals, we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes. Oh, I didn't think we'd last this long.
No.
So we will see you same bat time, same bat channel next week, and have a great week. April is here, so weather is getting better, and we will see you guys later. Ta-ta for now.